Hi, thank you guys so much for being here. This is going to be the second week of our frame, and our second frame of the curriculum, and I'm so excited. I haven't heard much response back yet, but I'm sure it's going good. I'm sure you guys are getting the hang of it, and feel free to let me know. Let me know how it's going. I'm anxious to hear. The first thing I wanted to introduce you guys to is this book. It's called How a Book is Made. This is a great children's book. It tells you everything you need to know about how a book is made. It was even informative for me, but it is great. I forget what teacher recommended this to me. I don't remember, but the reason I think it's so important for us to learn how a book is made is because your kids are making little books, and also books are a huge part of reading, obviously. So I think it's important that they get to know the parts of it at an early age. You'll see here on the back, it talks about who the author, the editor is, and the illustrator, all those important people. And it goes so into detail that it even talks about the ink colors and stuff. But it tells it in a child's way so the children can understand it. So I really highly recommend this book. Again, it's not a must buy. I got this one. It was used on Amazon for $3. So if it can be in the budget, I suggest you get it because it's great. It's also a reading rainbow book. But yeah, definitely recommend this for young future readers. This book is also important because it also lays a foundation for some concepts that we're going to start teaching them about. Number one is author, illustrator. The way I would explain author to them is like an author is somebody who thinks of a story and then writes it out. So they could be an author. They could write their own stories, or they could tell you their own stories, and you can write them down. And, just when they come up to you and tell you some story, you can say, wow, you would be a great author. And just try to point out to them in their environment, like, when they come up to you, or also when you're at the library or reading a bedtime story, you can point out, this is the author. This is, if sometimes they have a picture, or sometimes it's just their name. So you could say, oh, the author's name is Chloe. Things like that. The other thing is the illustrator. And the way I would explain that to a child is just say that the illustrator is the artist of the book. And you can point it out to them. A great famous illustrator is the Eric Carle books. So I think if they could recognize the theme within the Eric Carle books, and then see the difference in other books, that would be a great contrast for them to see difference in art and difference in illustrators. And then the other thing we want to teach them is about the cover page of a book, which is the front of the book. And in their weekly shapes book, they also have a cover page. And on that cover page is the title of the book, and it has the artist and the illustrator on there. Well, since I'm the author of the book, I will start putting my name on the bottom, and then they are my illustrators, so they can write their name on the slot given for them. And it's just going to help build that vocabulary, which is so important, and just help them identify with books more. If you like this video, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to hear more preschool educational tips.